So when a breach hits, two completely separate conversations start at the same time, and they're almost never talking to each other in a productive manner. The executives and the legal team are focused entirely on minimizing liability, what gets disclosed, when, and how it's framed. The technical team is focused on containment and cleanup. Both conversations are happening in parallel, and, the priority each group assigns to each other's work tells you everything about the organization's actual maturity. In the majority of organizations, both groups are primarily focused on minimizing repercussions to their own roles. Legal wants to, manage the exposure of the whole thing. They want to contain. Executives want the narrative controlled, technical teams want to show that they responded correctly, and actual impact to the people whose data got taken, well, that's normally thought of last. The organizations that handle breaches well have already decided before anything happens which conversation leads. They've run the scenarios and, well, they know who to call. They know who calls who, and there's someone in the room with enough authority and enough backbone to make sure that the response is about the right things and not just the convenient ones. You know which ones I'm talking about. So most organizations haven't had the conversation yet, and they're going to have it for the first time under the worst possible conditions. I've seen this happen. I feel like the fix is pretty straightforward, but the organization would need to put the CEO in the room with your communications lead and security team before anything else happens. This obviously isn't to rehearse just the technical response, but to really execute a conversation about prioritization and who's accountable when those two tracks are overlapping. We've been calling these ELCO, ELCO, or Executive Leadership Crisis Operations. You need to practice because during the actual crises, decisions can get muddled and the wrong conversation ends up leading.